Hello again, Russell and Lauren Mark here from Go Shooting. Well, as you can see behind me, the shooting ranges are still shut down, but hopefully by the time this video goes to air, we'll be back on our way to recovery. Now, recently I did a video for the United Kingdom's Clay Pigeon Shooting Association based on what's in your shooting bag.
We decided to expand on that idea. Today, we will talk about the essential items to take to the range. Many ranges require you to have proof of membership, so make sure you pack your membership card, competition card, and of course in Australia you may need either a firearms license or some other photo ID.
Now, I've been guilty of arriving at the range with my gun still packed in its gun case in the garage. If you've got a spare gun, sometimes it's worth packing that as well. If you haven't got a spare shotgun, then maybe you're lucky enough to have a gun that has detachable triggers. If you do, make sure you pack them. If your gun hasn't got detachable triggers, make sure you pack some spare parts like trigger springs like this. Spare ejectors are invaluable. Firing pins. All these things are easy to change if you know what you're doing. If you shoot a gun that has spare interchangeable chokes, make sure you pack them in addition to some oil, because if your chokes get wet, you're going to be in a world of hurt. I always pack a spare smaller recoil pad because in the winter months when you wear a lot of clothes, I find the smaller pads can make the gun feel a lot more normal. And finally, a toe pad. Nothing worse than destroying a pair of brand new sneakers with dirty black gunpowder.
You can't shoot what you can't see, so if you use shooting glasses, make sure you pack them in your bag. There are plenty of brands available, but it is important that you find a set of glasses that don't have frames or nose pieces that inhibit your vision. Blinders can also be a useful tool, particularly in windy and rainy days.
A good shooting vest is imperative if you're carrying more than one box of ammo. Personally, I like jackets that have internal pockets that separate on the inside so you can carry things like glass cleaning rags, even some Vaseline for your face if you're having trouble with recoil, and of course you can separate different brands of ammunition inside the pockets as well. Also, somewhere where you can attach a wet weather towel is really important.
I recommend a set of earmuffs that don't hit the gun when it's mounted to your shoulder. This low profile set are fantastic. Some people prefer earplugs.
I prefer to wear a cap. I just find it helps getting the sun and the wind and the rain off your face. In the hot weather, a visor's just as good. In the cold weather, you might want to wear a warm beanie like this. It helps to make your shooting experience a lot more comfortable.
For me, a good set of wet weather gear is essential. It not only cuts out the rain, but also the wind. It's also important to get one that doesn't have much of a collar, so it doesn't impede your ability to mount the gun.
If the weather changes or you get wet, you will need a spare change of clothes. Thermal underwear, a spare sweater to shoot in, spare t-shirts, socks, and waterproof boots. Absolutely essential to put in your shooting bag.
If you take your training seriously and you shoot either trap or skeet, having targets set incorrectly can be extremely frustrating. Having a radar gun and knowing what the speeds of the targets should be thrown off of the plate can be a huge bonus.
Throughout the serious part of my shooting career, every score that I shot in either training or competition was recorded in a shooting diary that I kept in my shooting bag. The information in these diaries was invaluable. Here's actually the notes that I wrote while I was competing at the Olympics in '96. Writing in these diaries was often the last thing that I did at the range each day.
Finally, make sure you take plenty of liquids and stay hydrated throughout the day. It's also a great idea to bring some snacks or energy bars to keep you charged. We hope this little insight into our shooting bags helps you enjoy your time at the range.
From all of us here at Go Shooting, we hope to see you again very soon at one of our shooting ranges. Today's topic is solely based on the penetration power of anyone that has access to a pattern board. Use American shot sizes. Number 8 shot up here to the left, number 9 shot down there. So let's see how we went. Not surprised about that. You can see that. Let's increase the wood thickness to 38mm. And you can see there the shot's gone all the way through. This that can actually measure the hardness, revealing the brands of ammunition that I use. I hope today's piece of advice helps.